You ready?
Always. You ready?
Hell yeah, you know I'm ready though. How you guys doing? This is What's Cooking with FannyB00, episode 6, right? So we appreciate you guys for joining and trekking along with us. I'm Chef C, and to my left we got Chef
Fanny
in the place to be. You know, we always appreciate you guys tuning in. So we got a heck of an episode in store for you guys, and we can't wait for you guys to check it out and get you guys this feedback. So just to kind of give you an overview of what we're doing today, I got a burning question I need to get off my chest.
Oh, here you go.
It's a hot topic. I just need to get it off. You know, we'll cover that. We'll roll right into some diseases that could be avoided or maybe possibly even, you know, lessened or decreased, right? But and some different dietary types that can help with that.
Okay.
After that we'll go into our world famous game of Would You Rather? And after that we'll close it out. So burning question, right? You know, first off, before we jump into our burning question, again, right, appreciate all you guys who like, share, subscribe, comment. You know, all the ones that have told a friend, you know what I mean? The ones that have told a friend, and the ones that are going to tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend again. You know, we appreciate you guys too, you know, because we just here to win. And I don't want to get too rhymey on us tonight. However, I just appreciate you guys from the deep, you know, from the depths of our heart.
He says I, he means we.
You know, we don't have to nitpick the details though, but I hear
we appreciate y'all.
You know, I don't, you know, and I say we, when I say I do mean we, you know, I just don't speak French though. That's no, I just playing.
Touche.
You know, so again, right? Appreciate them. You know, just appreciation. You know, episode 6. You guys been here throughout our journey, right? You guys just keep watching, and it's gonna keep getting better and better. So, burning question, burning topic. What is the difference between a wrap and a burrito?
So many things. A wrap is American. A burrito is Mexican in origin. A wrap is typically served cold. They do come hot or panini pressed, but they're typically served cold, where burritos are always hot no matter what.
Okay.
And then there's the ingredients, you know. All burritos, one of the main components is molten cheese and salsa. A lot of wraps don't have cheese, and majority of them don't have salsa. So, I don't know. I mean, it could be either or, right? Breakfast wrap, breakfast burrito, you know.
I mean, I just think it depends on where you go.
Okay.
I think restaurants are calling a burrito a wrap if it's smaller, right?
Okay.
If they're making them smaller, they're downsizing the cut back. They're saying, hey, this is a bean and cheese wrap, right? So they're switching it up based off of what they're putting out. And you would typically think a wrap is a little lighter than a burrito. So I was under the impression that it was all about, you know, size mattered, right? You know, pause. What they say in New York, pause, though. That sounds crazy on the playback. But when it comes to a burrito and a wrap, I would say, you know, even a wrap, you don't close the end on a wrap, right?
On some of them, because you're supposed to roll it so that the stuff doesn't fall out. So if you leave the ends open, then you have to wrap it tight enough so that the ingredients won't fall out. But real quick, you said a wrap is smaller. Ironically, a traditional burrito from Mexico is small, smaller than wraps even. But it's the American burritos that have everything in them: the rice, the potatoes, the beans, the meat, the cheese, the fries, the salsa, the everything, avocado. In Mexico, they have some burritos will just be a meat and tortilla, and that's it.
Right, that's valid though.
What do y'all think? Let us know what y'all think.
Drop in the comments the difference. What you think the difference is between a burrito and a wrap. What you prefer? What do you prefer? What would you prefer though?
I prefer wrap because there's more versatility.
I would say the same. Right. I would go with a nice chicken wrap. You can flip a chicken wrap so many different ways.
Right. I'll take a shrimp or salmon one myself.
Go ahead.
But see, there's the versatility.
Very true.
Right.
Very true. Right. Love it. Right. So and then so now we're gonna jump into some of the diseases caused by maybe some or they could be caused by a variety of things. However, a good diet or a healthier diet can help eliminate some of these diseases or cut down the risk to obtain some of these diseases, right? So one of the diseases we wanted to cover first, right, is a growing trend. It was actually just recently, we said in the last pod, right, that it was just recently classified as a disease, right? Yes. And that would be obesity.
Right.
Right. So obesity is a very big thing in America, in the United States. As you see, you know,
they're classifying as an obesity epidemic.
So there you have it, right? Yeah. So you know, you've been hearing they've been throwing demic on a lot of things. So when they throw it on obesity, you know, it's serious, right? Once you throw a demic on something, that classified as, it must be something serious, right? Yeah. So in terms of obesity, what are some ways or what are some dietary types that can help avoid obesity?
Well, the thing with obesity is that most of the clinical trials show that reducing the energy density is most effective for weight loss and weight maintenance, right? Okay. So because obesity is just, you know, excessive weight. It doesn't necessarily address your body composition, right? So it's not saying like your muscle mass versus, you know, what's your body fat percentage and all that. So it just focuses solely on your weight in comparison to your height and your age. Okay. So there's that. Like I think we may have mentioned before, like there's people, you know, you can be bodybuilder, you're classified as overweight or obese.
That's very true.
Because of not just the number, right?
Yeah.
So the thing with that is the amount of calories in a particular weight of food is what the energy density is. So essentially something that is highly energy dense, that has high energy density would be a high calorie for small volume. So something like nuts, right? Nuts are high in fat. You get a handful of nuts and that's like 200 calories, right? Something that is low energy density would be, you know, lettuce. Things that are just, you get a whole bunch and it's very little calories. So you're feeling full longer with less calories.
So it kind of ties back into like the nutritional value, what you get out of it.
Absolutely.
Like, so you want to get the most out of the least, right?
Right. So you want to look for the lowest amount of calories that you can find something. So you want to try to focus on protein, right? Most things, if you're going to focus on weight loss and fat loss, more importantly, because there is a difference, you focus on high protein. So, you know, they say a gram of protein for every pound of your ideal weight, of your goal weight. So so that's, you know, whatever that is for whoever, you know, whatever your goals are, that's what it should be. If that accounts for 50% of your intake or whatever, that's what you should strive for.
Okay. And now in terms of obesity, right, what are some things that maybe you should avoid, right? In terms, because you talked about the high density, low density, energy density, right? That's buzzwordy, right? To the common person, like density, like, man, you taking me back to what's that, biology or chemistry?
It's both.
Something, right? It's something I haven't been in a while, right? So break that down in layman's terms, right? Tell us what we need to avoid if we're on the verge of obesity or we're trying to avoid it altogether.
Okay. So like some of the things that are highest in energy density would be things like crackers, cookies, nuts. Even though nuts are a good source of healthy fats, they still have that high density. So if you're trying to just cut calories, you lower it, right? Like cut those out. I don't know if I said butters, oils, especially butters over the oils, because the butters are made of saturated fats, where oils are composed of unsaturated fats. Saturated fats are solid at room temperature. Unsaturated fats are liquid at room temperature, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah. So in summary then, like when it comes to obesity, like what are some of the main takeaways then? Like what's like the main solution then? Because you got the low density, the high density, right? So it sounds like you want to stay away from junk food, right? Some of the things that are least filling or more satisfying, right? Like some of those like craving type foods, right? So what in summary, like what are we taking away from this? Like, how do we, like, what's the overall takeaway?
I mean, overall, track what you eat, because sometimes we don't realize how many calories we're consuming, and if you're tracking it, you're paying more attention to labels. Read the labels. And you know, even if something does look a little high in calories, if something does look a little high in calories, still look at the label, see where it's coming from. If it's, you know, 100 calories, but it's you know, 20 grams of protein, like that's 80 of those calories are coming from the protein, so that's not bad, that's okay, right? But if you're getting like a tortilla and it's 140 calories, or a burrito sized tortilla is actually 220 to 250 calories, right? All carbs, splash of fat, and maybe 1 or 2 grams of protein. So, you know, that's where you make little substitutions. A carb conscious tortilla will run you about 50 calories, 50 to 80, depending on the size. So that's less than half.
So that's for sure a wrap. As soon as you come with the carb conscious wrap, I mean the carb conscious tortilla, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's little and handheld, then it's a taco, though.
Or if it's all the way small, then it's a taquito then.
Or a tacosito.
Tacosito, hi, okay. Drop in the comments. Right. So now moving right along, one of the next things is very popular.
Yeah.
And we can kind of group these next two together.
Right.
Because you hear them, and you hear them a lot in, you know, more culturally ethnic backgrounds.
Right.
Specifically.
Right.
So high cholesterol and high blood pressure, right?
Absolutely.
Or hypertension is more of the medical term.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too buzzwordy, right? I like to keep it plain and simple. I mean, not plain and simple, because I know all you guys are very educated, intelligent, and eloquent, right? However, I don't want to, you know, try to I'm not in the medical field.
You want to be buzzword bae for the day? It's okay.
You know, okay. Now you want to be rhyme. Now she parappa the rapper today. Though I respect it. But so now in terms of high cholesterol, right? You know, you kind of always heard about, you had to focus on your diet, right? You couldn't take in certain foods. Yeah. You kind of touched on some of that high saturated fats and all of that kind of stuff. Talk to us about what are some foods that are good for lowering your cholesterol, right? Yeah. Keeping your cholesterol maintained, and or getting rid of it altogether.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just real quick, right before we jump into the solution, I would like to talk about the cause, right? So the 3 main causes for high cholesterol is your diet intake, genetics, and your activity levels. So there's good cholesterol, there's bad cholesterol. You want the good cholesterol, you want that to go high. That's great, because that'll offset if your bad cholesterol gets high. So just as plain and simple and easy to comprehend as I can make it, it's just LDL is bad, HDL is good, right? So there's that. The HDL, it goes up when you're active, right? It goes up when you eat healthy, when you eat like a lot of non-animal products, when you eat a lot of high fiber products, right? So but your LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, will go up with animals and animal products, or animal byproducts. So this is how it usually sneaks in with butter, which is dairy, milk, yogurts, cheeses, eggs. These are things that
this stuff sounds familiar. We just talked about this in the obesity, so it all kind of ties in.
Right. So those things are going to have high saturated fats that are derived from animals, right? That's just instantly high cholesterol, right? And then even if you cut those out, something to be conscious of is if it runs in your family, if your parents have high cholesterol, your grandparents had high cholesterol, then you're going to have to work extra hard to lower your bad cholesterol and to increase your good cholesterol. So stay active, right? And watch your diet, though, okay? Because you can even not be obese and have high cholesterol.
Very true.
So you want to look for foods that are high in soluble fiber. So soluble fiber binds cholesterol and its precursors in the digestive system, and it rids it from your body before you even have a chance to get into the circulation. So
okay, you dropping fast today. Go ahead though.
So some examples of foods that are high in soluble fiber would be like oats, barley and whole grains, beans, eggplants and okra, psyllium. You've probably seen like psyllium husk. spelled psyllium. The P is silent.
Psyllium husk.
And then apples, grapes, strawberries, and citrus fruits have very high levels of pectin, which is a soluble fiber,
which is in psyllium husk as well.
Yeah.
And shout out to Pops. He used to have us on the psyllium husk back in the day, right? Man, it was just to keep things regular, right?
But that's excellent. That's excellent. And there are a lot of things out there that are high fiber, or they'll tell you they have these things in there to help you, right? Another way to combat high cholesterol is to consume polyunsaturated fats. Because those will directly lower your LDL, right? So you can find that in nuts, vegetable oils instead of using animal-based oils and butters, and fatty fish like salmon and trout. So just keep that one nice and simple. And then the last step as far as your diet goes, you want to look for plant sterols and stanols, which block the body from even being able to absorb cholesterol altogether. So the easiest way to find that is going to be soy. I don't recommend that for men because it does, it does trigger that estrogen production. But outside of that, especially for women who are postpartum, who are entering menopause, those are the years where cholesterol starts to climb and rise, right? So, 25 grams of soy a day will keep the doctor away in a sense. So yeah.
And that's for the female or for women, right?
I mean, men can do it too, but you just have to be conscious that soy does increase estrogen production.
Are there soy substitutes for the male for men, right? That maybe they could possibly
not that I know of.
So I know. In terms of like when you get the protein powder, right? They used to get the soy protein powder, right? Then you switched over to like the whey protein powder, right? And now it's like the vegetable based, right?
Yeah, so, plant based.
Yeah, plant based, right? So I just go ahead. There they are, right?
Yeah,
Replacement. So, okay, cool. So that's like the high cholesterol piece, right? Then we kind of partner in that with the hypertension, which you see a lot of, right?
Yeah.
And these a lot of external factors can play into hypertension as well. I know stress is one of them.
Yeah, stress and salt are going to be your salt and fatty foods are going to be the main contributors to that. And genetics, of course. So that's another thing. If you know it runs in your blood and your generations before you got to be on top of it. Even when you're young and my numbers are great, they're not great for long. So you have a higher chance of them not being great for long. So. With that, you want to avoid processed foods. You want to avoid canned and packaged foods because packaged and processed foods account for most of the sodium intake in people. So the key to that, just get ahead of it. Prepare your own food. You control it. You go out to eat, you can't control it. It's pre-packaged, it's pre-made and frozen meals, all that. You can't control it.
Very true.
So.
And also when you eat out a lot, right? There's a lot of seasoning in the food that has very high sodium, right? So that's why we created our very low sodium FannyB00 seasoning, right? So make sure y'all check that out when y'all get a chance. If you're in risk of hypertension, you need to dial in with us though, because we can get you right.
Absolutely.
Quick plug though. I'm always gonna plug us though,
And then just to piggyback on that plug, we do got new flavors coming this year, so look out for those. They're already in the works, so they'll be coming soon. We'll have some picks up for y'all soon to check those out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so in terms of like the hypertension, right? What are some, or not the hypertension, but more so like, I mean, we kind of get the gist of hypertension. Right? Avoid the sodium, right? Keep your stress down, right? Stay cool, right? Stay cool, stay even killed.
Lower fat products.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't eat out as much, not as much processed meats, those foods altogether.
Right.
The next disease we want to talk about could be more genetic based.
Yes, absolutely.
It could be it could be heavily decision based. Right?
It is.
It's something that you see people. Some people get it as children, and some people in their adolescent, right, and then some also a lot get it in their adult age, right,
Absolutely.
From poor dietary choices, right, and which is diabetes, right, rolling right into diabetes.
Yeah.
Talk to us about some of the better diets, right, to get on if you get diabetes, right, or some of the diets to like help avoid diabetes if you're at risk, or maybe you have that in your family or in your DNA. Yeah.
So the good thing with diet, or not the good thing, but the fortunate thing, I guess, if that's what you're going to be facing, is that you can actually get diagnosis pre-diabetic before you're diagnosed as diabetic. So you're still in a phase where you can completely avoid it or, you know, minimize the effects that it has on you. So, you know, always, if you know it runs in your family, make sure you let your doctor know, hey, I want to get screened. I want to get tested. Make sure you throw that diabetes test in my blood work. Like, you know, just stay on top of it, you know, just with everything, just with heart disease, with diabetes, with cancers, all that. Stay on top of it though, like stay on top of it so you can get ahead of it though.
Absolutely.
So, you know, for the most part, you want to just watch your portion sizes and your calories. That's going to be the main thing there. With diabetes, obviously it's the sugar and the carbs you want to cut back on. So you know, that's just an overall which you're going to apply to these diets that I'm about to list. So you can do a low carb diet, which would, according to 25 leading experts done on several clinical studies, reliably reduces blood glucose. Okay. So that's excellent because that would just could completely rid you of diabetes if you could do that.
And that's tough on athletes, right? They try to tell you they pump high carb intake to kind of help replenish and recover. Well, but that may lead to some of that, you know, with that adult diabetes though. So you gotta be careful. Everything's good in moderation. Always do your research again, right? And make sure you're reading the labels again.
And also less processed carbs, right? So you want to go, you know, sweet potatoes instead of white, you know, russet or Idaho potatoes. You want to go, you know, they say do brown rice and white rice don't have too much of a nutritional difference. Still go with the brown rice, right? Wheat bread, not white bread. Just when in doubt, go with what's darker. Whatever it's darker is less bleached, it's less processed, it's more natural. Anything that's closest to its natural state is going to be better for you.
100%. Another hack for you.
Yeah. So the Mediterranean diet, which we touched on a couple episodes ago, right? That can help keep your blood sugar levels low. So that's significantly going to help with diabetes, especially type 2. The DASH diet, which is for your heart health, is going to improve insulin sensitivity when it's part of an overall weight loss program and exercise. So that's more of a lifestyle, we said before.
And that's a low sodium, high activity though.
So moving right along, Zone diet, which focuses on your macros on a 40-30-30 intake. So that's the carbs, protein, fat is 40-30-30%, right? And that can have a positive effect on glycemic control and waist size. So it can help. Again, you still have to focus on your total caloric intake, right?
And portion. Moderation.
Because it's showing, you know, at the end of the day, the macros don't necessarily matter, but if you do implement them, then you're going to have a healthier outcome of your weight loss. It won't just be weight where you're also losing muscle mass. You know, you'll be losing the weight that you want to lose, fat.
Absolutely.
So, moving on to paleo, there's small studies that show that this eating strategy can improve blood sugar and diabetes. So, paleo is like hunter-gatherer, so nothing processed, minimal seasoning. You want to go low to no sodium, right? We've actually had a couple of you who support us, who are on paleo diets, order our seasoning several times, right?
Shout out to you guys.
Yes, definitely appreciate it. But yeah, just avoid anything processed, anything as natural as possible. Any animal products, grass-fed, organic, that's just what you want to go for, right?
Nice.
So then there's gluten-free, which many people who do gluten-free is because they're allergic to gluten. However, there are people who are not allergic to gluten who try to avoid it in an attempt to be healthier, but it's actually misleading because popular belief is that it will help you lose weight, improve digestion, and boost your energy, but none of these claims are backed by science.
It's not enough
Do
studies
your
on
research. Do your research.
Because that could be one of the trends and fads, right? Not enough study on them.
Right.
We need the back study. There's enough front study. Hey, there's gluten in a lot of things.
Yeah.
We need to reduce gluten. That could help. But we need to see what the back study is. We need to see what it looks like 10 to 20 years without gluten.
Yeah,
right?
because gluten is actually the protein that's in wheat.
So that's from what I understand, but I need to do more research on that as well.
Yeah, just the whole composition, right? So we only have a couple more. So a vegan or vegetarian diet is highly impactful. Typically, vegan vegetarian diets contain more fiber and fewer calories than any other diet. So not only is that going to help with your diabetic diagnosis, but that will also help you with hypertension and cholesterol because no animal products and high fiber.
Right, and yeah, absolutely though, and that's gonna lower your obesity because it's gonna dial you back into that low density energy substance.
Absolutely.
And then you'll be able to, because that's the fruits and vegetables, right?
Yeah,
So
that's the main thing. They recommend if you have anything, you're at risk for anything, increase your fruits and your veggies. That'll be the first step to getting those low energy density foods though.
Okay.
The last diet is the raw diet, which is based on the belief that cooking food eliminates the nutrients that are in them. So people who do raw diets use like dehydrators and blenders, gadgets like that in order to get food to an edible state. And it is likely to help you lose weight, but there's no evidence that it will improve diabetic symptoms. So if you want to lose weight and you don't have any of these precursors, go for it. But, again, consult your doctor if you plan on doing any type of diet, right? You just never know, like, because you may do all the research, but there's some factor in your blood work that was never conveyed to you because it wasn't relevant, but it would become relevant should you change your diet.
100%. Part of doing your research is consulting a doctor or physician. It's part of getting your blood treated, tested. It's part of checking out your DNA, seeing what your close family, relatives, carry or some of what they had, and then like that in your environment, right? Looking into your diet, charting what you're doing, but that's part of the research, right? First hand, second hand research, qualitative and analytical research, right? Make sure you're doing all the research, because if you're going to do just part of the research, you're only going to get part of the information, and you're going to you may put yourself at risk, right? So
always be thorough.
Absolutely, and that's another hack, right?
Yeah.
So moving right along, we're going to jump right into our world famous game of
Would You Rather.
Starting it off with I got some great questions today. I'm hyped for these questions, so would you rather have no taste or be colorblind?
Colorblind.
Ooh, okay. You care to share a little?
Just taste is everything, right? Like there's so much that you can take in that way, right? More than just food, like it's everything, but because it goes hand in hand with like your smell also.
Okay.
And
Did you have any questions?
Yeah, no, I got some questions for you though. Would you rather never ever ever get a moment alone, or never get a moment of socialization and always be alone?
I'm good with never getting a moment alone. I'm
okay with 24/7 forever.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Just because I'm okay as long as I can choose the people around.
All right, loophole.
Yeah, all right. For the next one, would you rather be a high school teacher or a clown?
High school teacher.
Okay.
Like a clown will make you smile, make you laugh, but I feel like it's temporary. High school teacher could be more impactful on people's lives, though.
Okay.
So,
no disrespect to all our clowns out there. Though.
I say they bring joy and happiness.
Our lifelong clowns out here. Though. No disrespect. No disrespect.
Clowning. All right.
So, hey, shout out Tommy the Clown. Tommy the Clown been Tommy. How long Tommy the Clown been booming?
Hey, since before I could
from
remember.
LA, though. You talk about his temporary though. Shout out Tommy the Clown and them though.
That's a different kind of clown. That's for another episode.
All right.
Would you rather always be on vacation, always never settling, so you have no home, you're just always on vacation, or always be home and never ever ever go on vacation ever at all? Just completely settled.
I'm okay with I gotta go on vacation. I'll go on vacation. I'll go on vacation and I have a home. And in a perfect world, I would go on vacation and I have a home, like one of those situations where you go on a cruise for a year, or you're just jet setting, city to city. I mean, I could see that.
Okay,
I can see that. Maybe next lifetime. Yeah, shout out Erykah Badu, though. You know what I'm saying? But last one. Would you rather be remembered for something you did not do, or be forgotten for something you achieved? Ooh, I hate to get deep on us at the end, but we're gonna do.
That's hard, but I'm gonna just have to say forgotten, because at least whether the people who come after me remember me or forget me, at least I achieved something though, instead of not doing anything.
I love that answer though. It's all you gotta believe to achieve though, and I like that though. So that's it. You know, with Chef C and Chef
Fanny.
What's Cooking with Fanny Boo, episode 6.
All right, peace, love, positivity.
Until next time.